Hey everybody, this is Brad Bruce and I'm here with
Jace Marsiglia.
and you're listening to the 5195 podcast.
Yes, back at it, sir.
I have a topic that I want to bring to you.
Bring it.
And this is your fault.
Okay.
So you told me a story the other day
Yeah.
about your poor daughter
Oh, God. Yes.
being traumatized by my childhood favorite film.
Your favorite movie of all
I mean,
time.
I have him tattooed on me
Yes, you do.
and it made me so sad. But I understood.
Yes.
I got it.
And it's kinder trauma shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
My daughter was probably 3 or 4 at the time. Just little girl. Even at that young age, I was kind of turning her into a cinephile. You know, I was like, she enjoyed watching movies with her dad.
Yeah.
And her favorite movie at that age was Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Very cool.
Yes. I mean, it was just, she would run into the room with the DVD, like, let's watch this. And I'm like, fuck yes, of course we'll watch this. Then one day I thought, hey, you know, maybe it's time to introduce her to E.T.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never fucking forget this story. It's so heartbreaking. So we ordered Chinese for dinner. Must have been the weekend, you know, we just ordered out.
Right.
And Amanda and I, we never used our fucking dining room. We had a dining room table. It basically got dusted once a week because we sat in the living room with TV trays and just
Fucking amazing.
we got caught up on TV and
That's
shit like
rad.
that while we ate dinner. And Maddie, we had an end table, and it was kind of this tiered one where like there was the table with like a marble square and then sort of an alcove and then a little ledge above where the lamp would go.
Got it.
And Maddie was small enough that you could put a little chair, and she basically had this whole table to herself to eat.
Yeah.
Put in E.T. She's watching it, and it gets to the part where E.T.'s being chased through the woods. And I mean, we're talking what, first 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yep.
He's being chased through the woods. He's trying to get back to his UFO, and the UFO leaves without him. And there's that shot of him just looking into the sky going, which is, I know it sounds a little bit like Bart when he's very upset. And in E.T. speak, he could have been like, fuck you all. We don't know.
Or E.T. speak, it could have been.
Oh, fuck.
I think so. So, we're watching the movie, and all of a sudden I just kind of hear this really soft, and I look over, and my daughter, in her left hand, her tiny left hand, she's holding an egg roll. And she turns and looks at me, and her eyes are completely welled up with tears, and she goes, I don't think I'm old enough for this movie yet, Dad. And I just went, okay. And I turned it off right away because I'm like, her little heart was breaking.
Uh-huh.
And when I turned the movie off, I'm not kidding, she put her food down, ran over to me, and just laid on me and cried. And I was like, oh.
Damn.
And what was so funny was at the time, my folks are like, why are you showing her all these horror movies and stuff? And even though I was really just introducing her to more or less the Universal monsters, which, you know, are arguably kids' movies at this point.
Right.
And I'm sitting here like, yeah, the movie that tore her down was fucking E.T.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, that's the one that she's going to bed tonight going, did he ever get back home?
Right.
And it took her years. It took her literal years where I was like, do you want to watch E.T.? And she'd be like, no, hell no, Dad. And she finally did watch it and finish it. And of course she cried like anybody with a heart who watches that movie. But yeah, she had to get over that initial kinder trauma of he was left behind all alone. And it's like, that's not the part that most people think is going to break somebody.
Right.
It's all the really fucked up shit that happens later.
Absolutely.
And in hindsight, I'm like, if she couldn't make it past those first 10 minutes, the rest of the movie would have fucking destroyed her.
Exactly.
So, yeah, she did eventually watch it. We're trying to convince my 11-year-old son to watch it. And he's just not interested.
Okay.
Like, he's just like, oh, a fucking alien is like hanging out with a family for the week. You know, he just doesn't care.
That's hilarious.
So he's at that tween age where it's like, unless you really shake the keys in front of him, he's just not fucking interested.
So which one of you is like that? Which one of you two is he getting that from?
I don't know.
Oh, really? So it's you.
But that's the thing. I was open to so much as a kid.
Just fucking with you.
He just has no interest.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with any of that shit. Even Maddie at her age now, you know, she's a woman now.
Yeah.
She's just kind of like, just watch it, Jake. It's a great movie. And he's just like, I don't care. He looks stupid. He's got a big long neck. Whoop-de-doo. You know, and we're just kind of like, okay, so you're too cool for school right now. I get it.
Big long neck.
He's got a big long neck. Who cares? He makes bikes fly. So, but I mean, on the other hand, he is more interested in the horror stuff. I've been introducing him to horror movies. One of his favorite movies right now. It's not in the horror genre, but whenever it's on, he's like, oh, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
No.
And I'm like, cool, that's a win. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Very cool.
Kid's got Back to the Future posters up in his room.
Yeah.
He's doing good, but there's a couple that I have to kind of twist his arm a little bit to watch, and he sort of begrudgingly watches them. And then when it's done, he looks into his phone and walks away and goes, yeah, it was all right. I'm like, oh, you're so cool, Brewster. You know, but yeah, it's the kind of shit that's going to come back and bite him in the ass on prom night.
Oh, absolutely.
So you just wait. You just wait.
Well, no, it's funny because, you know, you telling me the story and your daughter's trauma, it sparked the topic. So I was like, all right,
so
cool.
Today we're going to talk about fucking up your kids' mental health.
No, just movies that traumatized us that weren't horror.
No, and there's plenty.
Yeah.
Because, again, we talk about the 80s being sort of the R-rated PG, where filmmakers really didn't, I don't want to say they didn't care, but I think they gave kids more credit than we probably deserved. Not that we couldn't handle it, but it was like the line between what was acceptable for children and what was acceptable for maybe teens and adults was non-existent.
Right.
So you and I imbibed a lot of content that was probably questionable. And we've talked about mostly we've talked about comedies.
Yeah.
That were like, not in today's woke society. You're never going to get away with this or that.
No.
But movies, you're talking about films that when we were done watching it, we're just kind of sitting on the swing in the backyard thinking about our life choices and having an existential crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Yeah, the one that comes to mind right out the gate was Watership Down.
Is this animated with the bunnies?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a fucked up movie.
It was a fucked up movie.
Because that's packaged like a children's film.
Absolutely. And that's what I thought it was. And of course, when you're a child, you know, the images are just fucking magnified. Yeah, that shit was terrifying.
Well, when we were kids, animated movies are where we were treated to for funny. Right.
And that's what I thought I was going in for.
Yeah.
I mean, because I was little.
Yeah.
You know, because that was late 70s.
And the thing is, that's one, it's been a long time since I've seen it, dude. I don't remember.
I mean, it's like I think it's on Criterion now.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gotten a good release. I've just never.
And now seeing it as an adult, it is a beautiful movie. And the violence is a little bit more mild than I thought. Because there is blood and there is violence, you know.
Well, those are heavy themes.
Of course.
I mean, this is like rabies and
yeah.
These animals are arguably cuddly animals are tearing each other up.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, it's fucking nuts.
It's extremely nuts.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember where I saw that one, but I just remember thinking, it's a kid's movie?
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the type of kids movies I watch. You know, I've got one that I'm going to save.
Okay. Because I mean, this is the thing. It's like, you know, I just dropped this on you. This wasn't really like a list show.
No,
but
I've got a couple that affected me mildly. But there's one that fits this criteria that you've leveled at me.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna wait and talk about because I'm gonna go on a rant.
Cool. Good.
This one I'm gonna go out on a limb right now and tell you I don't like it.
Okay.
It's not one of those where I was like, yeah, it's this charming movie that I probably, you know, it hit me in the feels when I was a kid. No, I think this movie was a fuck up top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I stand by this. But the one that got me where as a kid, where I was kind of like, this is a kid's movie, and I revisited it just before coming out, is The Witches
Yeah.
from 1990. I know we said it's not necessarily horror. It's
But it was
it's a Jim Henson movie.
for sure. Yes.
For one, it's based on a children's book for two, and it was made like a straight up horror film,
Yeah.
but it's for kids.
Right.
And what's funny is, I mean, just out the gate, just to get the elephant in the room out of the way.
Yeah.
The makeup of the witches is horrific, especially the Grand High Witch, played by Angelica Houston. She looks like every nightmare you've ever had of a witch.
Yeah.
She's just got this long, warded nose. Her shoulders are bony and hairy, and she's got these almost glowing purple eyes. They all have purple eyes, you know. But I remember the horror kid in me was more fascinated by that because it just looked scary. The stuff that stood out to me, there were 3 scenes that stood out to me that haunted me a lot more than the makeup, which is arguably nightmarish.
Yeah.
One scene was the first kid who gets turned into a mouse. The effects look like Rob Bottin shit.
Mm-hmm.
You see this kid like, it's basically a big puppet, but the way the head and the neck are like bouncing and moving around and all this shit,
Yeah.
it looks violently bad,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, ugh, that's jarring. That's nightmarish. There's a scene where, and this one hit me more as a parent, I think now,
Okay.
but the scene where the kid's up in his treehouse and a woman comes along and she's like, I've got chocolate, little boy. My parent hunches went up because she's like, come on down. Don't you want a piece of chocolate? And you see these purple eyes staring at him. And he keeps calling for his grandma who's not hearing him. And it's like the woman literally looks up at him and smiles and goes, she can't hear you. Almost like, you're mine, kid.
That's so sick.
And it's creepy. It's
Yeah.
such a stranger danger moment,
Yeah.
but it's scary. But as a kid, the part that really gave me the chills, and I don't know if you remember this or not, but it's a story his grandmother tells him about a neighbor of hers who was kidnapped by a witch, and then she appears in her dad's new painting.
Mm.
Do you remember this?
Mm-mm.
So the dad, you know, the whole town's been looking for this poor little girl. It's this little blonde girl. It's like it's in Sweden.
Okay.
So she's like a little Swedish girl with the braids, and you see her get kidnapped. She says one night when they're getting ready for dinner, this is after, I guess, weeks, months of looking for her. She said that the dad's face went pale. And he said right in the new painting he had bought like a month before she disappeared, she's in the painting looking out at him through a window. And then she says, as the years go by, you see her age in the painting until one day she just disappeared. And I remember that alone could have been its own short story that was creepy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was just, what a chilling story to tell a kid.
Good Lord.
And then through a movie, even. I'm sitting here like, you could have rolled credits.
Exactly.
That's fucking scary.
Yes.
It scared the shit out of me. But I still, to this day, I rewatched it a few days ago because its anniversary was coming up or something. And I was like, I'm just watching it as a parent and kind of going, if my kids were much younger, like around the age I was when this came out, I'm not sure I'd show it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, this would be like, can we sleep in your bed?
Fuck yeah.
Fucking terrified. So yeah, that was one that as a kid, I remember that one stuck with me,
Mm-hmm.
especially the painting shit,
Right.
because it was combined with the very real danger of a kid being kidnapped,
Yeah.
which we've talked about a lot, how our generation, you know, the whole stranger danger thing was very much a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it felt a little too real. Even though there was a paranormal aspect to it, it was like, eesh.
Exactly.
That movie just gives me the skeeves,
Yeah.
you know?
And I haven't seen it in so long. I need to rewatch it.
I think, to me personally, it holds up wonderfully.
Mm-hmm.
But there, like I said, there's heavy themes in that one that as a little kid, you're like, man, that's it's kind of a lot to drop on like an 8-year-old.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's one for me.
Okay.
If that makes sense, does that even...
Absolutely makes sense, dude.
Okay.
How could it not? The imagery of that movie is fucking traumatizing. I do remember that. I remember the witches being god awful.
Yes. Yes.
Again, like I said, I haven't seen it for a long time, but I do remember it being fucking scary.
It's a really creepy movie, and
Yeah.
it was marketed as just another fun Jim Henson movie. And,
Mm-hmm.
it probably had more in common with, like your Dark Crystal.
Well, yeah, that's one for me.
Okay.
Is Dark Crystal.
Yeah,
That movie, I think it's very traumatizing.
I would say so. And what is it rated? Do you know? Is it PG-13? It's probably PG, isn't it?
It has to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's fucking. Jim Henson was fucking crazy, dude.
He
He had a wild fucking mind.
really did.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like I love all of his movies.
Of course.
you
Yeah.
know, but
And the gentle side is more of what we got. But when he wanted to go dark, his puppetry could be terrifying.
yeah, I mean those
Absolutely
those
terrifying.
birds, like what do they call them, like the Skeksis.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are like when they're dying.
Oh, I
my
know.
god, are when they're taking the essence from those people, like with the beam in their eyes. They're
Yes.
just like shriveling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, this is a children's movie. I'm watching.
Yeah.
This is fucking terrifying.
This is like dark fairy tale shit.
Yeah.
Which is funny because all fairy tales read to you as a kid
Mm-hmm.
are, for lack of a better term or pun, grim.
Yeah.
Extremely grim.
Of course.
And he had found a way to make those nightmarish words
Mm-hmm.
very tangible.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly it. Yeah. Dark Crystal. What's the other one? Did he do anything in Labyrinth?
Yeah.
That was Jim Henson
It's
too?
Jim Henson.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, both movies had really bizarre,
Absolutely.
creepy puppetry.
Mhm.
It was just,
Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge fan of that kind of shit. You
Yeah.
know? I am probably one of the only people that does like Dark Crystal more than Labyrinth.
really, I don't remember much about either one.
Yeah.
I'd have to watch them again. That goes back to what I've always said. The fantasy thing kind of glazed over me.
Yeah.
But for the purposes of this show, I wouldn't mind revisiting them for the creepy aspects,
Oh,
just
fuck yeah,
just
they're
to
there,
see what
too.
was passing for
Yeah.
you know,
Children's Fair.
children's fair when we were kids.
Yeah. No, but one that really does fuck with me, and it fucked with me as a kid. And
Mhm.
believe it or not, even though I love it and I enjoy watching it, and I'm a fan of everyone involved, it still fucks with me as an adult because you're sort of a little more tuned into what's going on.
Okay.
And that's Willy Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even as a kid, I always thought he was some sort of like sadistic serial killer.
He sure comes across that way.
Because I mean, these kids, they quote unquote almost die in these crazy ways because you never see them leave.
No,
They're just gone.
they never come back out like they've been
No.
cured.
No.
Yeah, Wonka kind of comes across like the corporal punishment for these brats,
Mm-hmm.
and he seems to really relish
Yeah.
in the misery.
Right.
And
Well, I mean, have you heard about like the comparisons to like Dante's Inferno, where each room is a punishment?
well, that's what's funny. Over the course of the last 10 years or so, the reevaluation of that film
Mm-hmm.
is insane because as a kid, I don't think I latched on to the darkness of it. It was just too colorful, and it's Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
It was just one of those deals where I think I just went for the ride. Upon reevaluation, when people are pointing out these themes and some of the darker elements and stuff,
Yeah.
I watch it now and I'm like, this is a fucking horror movie.
It is a horror movie.
It's a terrifying horror movie.
Because think about it, he's emotionless.
Yeah, he does not care.
Mm-hmm.
And when he blows up, it's only after everything's said and done. You
Yeah.
know, it has
And
nothing to do.
And if you look at his office, it's the office of a madman.
Oh yeah,
Everything's cut in half.
It's chaos.
Yeah, it is. It's a fucking beautiful movie,
Mm-hmm.
but it is way more than just a children's tale.
No, it definitely.
There's
It's a parable.
Yes.
You know, I would even go so far as to compare it to a Grimm's fairy tale,
Yeah, how could you not?
and it's, I believe, by the same writer as the Witches. Isn't it Ronald Dahl?
Roald Dahl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bob Marley. Yes.
What did I say?
No. Just...
Is it not Ronald?
No, Roald.
Roald Dahl.
Oh, yeah.
Was it British guy? He did Charlie and the Chocolate
He did.
Factory, right?
He did.
So he did the Witches.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He did.
So he was fucking...
He was like, fuck you, Dr. Seuss.
He was out there. Yeah.
He was just like, I'm going to scare the fuck out of kids. Because I think the only other one that was a little more malevolent or benevolent, I should say, Bob Marley. It was like, I think he did James and the Giant Peach.
Did he?
I'm almost positive.
Okay.
Same author.
Okay.
But it was like, that one was more fun and adventurous,
Yeah.
whereas Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the Witches were like, fuck them kids.
Yeah, seriously. For
And
real.
I don't know if you know this. He detested every movie made on his books. Detested.
Why?
He just, to him, they
didn't
fucked
do
up
it
his
justice.
work. Yeah, to him, it was just like, no. And I think the best he had to say about like the Witches was Angelica Houston did a good job. That's it. Outside of that, though, he's like, it's atrocious.
Mm.
But yeah, he was apparently a difficult author to work with
Yeah.
because you were not going to please him.
Yeah.
So yeah, Willy Wonka, the Witches, whatever. Yeah, he was not a fan. Not a fan at all. And
Oh,
the thing
that's
is,
crazy.
these movies, more so Wonka, these movies have become hits. They're cult movies.
Oh, yeah.
The Witches, I think, deserves a little more attention than it has. Because I think that's a largely forgotten film.
Has it gotten a bells and whistles release anywhere? No.
In fact, the DVD that I watched, it's full screen.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. And when I looked it up, I guess Warner Archive put out a widescreen copy, and they threw a trailer on it and was like, there you go, kids.
Wow, Warner's in charge of that, huh?
Yep. But it's one of those deals where I'm like, all the puppetry and makeup and shit, I want behind the scenes. I would love to see the workshop.
It's there.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Absolutely. Especially now that we know that Arrow is releasing the Ninja Turtles trilogy from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
The first Ninja Turtles, I believe, is the last movie Jim got to work on.
Okay.
And they have behind the scenes footage.
Yeah.
If they have footage for the Ninja Turtles, The Witches was being shot almost simultaneously, I believe, because they both came out in 1990.
Okay.
Summer of 90 even.
Yeah.
So there's no way someone's not sitting on this footage, or at least, storyboards or mock-up art. There's plenty you could do with these movies that no one's doing anything with.
Yeah.
But that's a tangent for another day.
Go for it. Do you have another one?
You want me to just haul off now?
Well, let me say one more because, like I said, I didn't have that. There wasn't that many,
No.
I mean, there were just some that fucked me up. It was like Something Wicked This Way Comes. Even Gremlins fucked me up.
Gremlins never fucked me up.
Yeah, Gremlins. You know why it fucked me up? Because it was Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw it, I was kind of, I was younger.
Sure.
Just the imagery of Christmas being completely fucking destroyed by these little monsters.
Little did you know, Silent Night, Deadly Night was waiting in the...
Oh, yeah, no, fucking A. But what was funny, why I think it fucked me up is because my older brother said, this is who Santa sends when you're not good.
Long before Krampus was hip.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is who he said.
And so I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, well, who do I get to substantiate this? So I go to my dad and I said, hey, he told me this. And he's like, yeah. So that's why it fucked me up, dude.
So shape up, you little fucker.
That's exactly what it was. And then it was my mom, it's like, no, stop. You're 44. Enough is enough, dude. Get over it. The Gremlins aren't coming.
Yeah, exactly.
So that Something Wicked This Way Comes. What else? I know there was another one. Oh, fucking Return to Oz.
Oh, that's a creepy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Return to Oz is really weird.
Yes.
I only saw it once as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't remember much about it.
Yeah.
I just remember watching it and being kind of unsettled.
Extremely.
You know what I mean? Like,
because I feel like in that one, all hope is lost.
oh, this isn't your mom's Oz.
It's
This
fucking
isn't
glib
grandma's.
as hell.
Yeah.
There's uncertainty around every corner. Even when she finds her band of characters this time, they're fucking creepy too.
They are super creepy.
Thing but I
is,
love it now.
To its credit, it's probably closer to the source material.
Absolutely is. It is.
Because Wizard of Oz is a dark story.
Very dark.
All those stories.
Yes.
Because I think it's a series of stories, right?
Mm-hmm. Lots of fucking stories.
So like Wizard of Oz that we're fans of.
Yeah.
With Judy Garland, that was sort of the Disneyfication of dark fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it wasn't scary,
Yeah.
because the Wicked Witch scared me. The fucking monkeys scared me. The fucking monkeys.
The fucking monkeys.
The fucking monkeys, you say? No, it was scary in its own right, but it took me a couple years, and I'll even admit this. This is really funny. Do you remember the books when you hear the chime?
Yes.
Turn the page. There was a Wizard of Oz book that had a tape that it wasn't close to the movie at all. And there was apparently a page involving wolves, a wolf attack where they tore apart the scarecrow in particular. And on the tape, you heard the growling and the gnashing of teeth and all this stuff. And apparently it scared me so bad that my mom took the book and the tape away and hid it.
Wow.
She wouldn't let me listen to it anymore. Which is funny because me being me, I kept wanting to hear it because I kept wanting to be scared.
Of course.
But it apparently gave me nightmares so badly that she took the tape and the book away.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
And it's come up now and again. She's brought it up in conversation and I'm like, man, I got to fucking see this thing. I got to hear it again.
Right.
And I want to say I found a YouTube video of it.
No way.
Swear to God. I don't know where it is. I may have saved it on my profile.
Yeah.
But I think I found it and was like, holy shit. And I remember just a cold finger going right up my spine.
Oh, wow.
Because it all came back.
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
even the image of the book,
Hey, yeah.
it was like right there.
Wow, that's fucking cool.
But that's what's funny is, yeah, that's like really kind of the true Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these really grim, creepy stories.
Yeah.
And, you know, at the time when I saw Return to Oz, I just kind of like, what a weird fucking sequel. Not knowing that the source material is really scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's a great one to play.
Yeah. And I know there's more, but like I said, it was just, you know, that story sparked this topic and I was like, yeah, we'll bullshit about it.
Well, I've got one that fucked me up as a kid and outright angers me as an adult.
Do I insert Gummo here?
Yes, it's Gummo. Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
No, this one, I actually catch some shit for this because a lot of people are like, oh, that movie's sweet. And I'm like, fuck out of here. Then you weren't paying attention. And it's a Richard Donner movie called Radio Flyer. Do you remember Radio Flyer? Because not many people I knew at the time had watched that movie.
That movie is fucked up.
It is extremely fucked up.
I saw it one time.
Mm-hmm.
I believe my brother bought it on VHS,
Mm-hmm.
which I subsequently threw it away.
I'm so glad you're in agreement so far.
And then when DVD was around, he bought it on DVD,
Mm-hmm.
and I threw it away. I'm not fucking joking.
Because it is a major fuck that movie.
Dude, it really is. Anyone that says otherwise,
And I'm gonna break it down right now.
good.
Spoilers alert.
Yes.
For anyone
Oh my God,
listening.
I'm settling in.
Because this, I go on rants about this
Cool,
fucking movie.
good. We
I-
never have, so
I
wow.
really fucking hate this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because it was marketed like, I hate to say it, like The Sandlot.
Yeah.
And the irony is the guy who wrote it, David Mickey Evans, wrote The Sandlot the following year. So it's one nostalgic kid movie is like one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Right.
Because The Sandlot is just flawless in my opinion. But this movie was about these two kids. One's played by Elijah Wood.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is Joseph Mazzello, is it?
That's it.
So most people know him as the little boy from the first Jurassic Park.
Right.
That's probably his biggest claim to fame. This movie came out maybe 2 or 3 years before Jurassic Park. So this kid was like, he wasn't a toddler, but he wasn't even a tween. He's just this little dude in these little Oshkosh Bagosh overalls. He's like this tiny kid. And basically Tom Hanks is narrating this story as the adult Elijah Wood, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling his kids about his childhood. And his childhood included his mom's boyfriend, who we only know as the King,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what he wanted to be called.
Yep.
Already creepy. Creepy weird.
Played by
A Baldwin.
Adam Baldwin.
And I will say, I've seen on record, he has flat out said, I will never play a role like that again.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, it put him in a bad place. Because essentially, it's these two kids. It's like, is it like a summer in these kids' life? He gets drunk and he beats the shit out of the smallest one. So if you were going into this movie for this cute little Disney flick, and mind you, the previews made it look like two boys spending the summer turning their radio flyer wagon into an airplane. And that sounds charming and cute and Disney and whimsical. And until you watch the movie and you find out they're building this pathetic little thing to escape a monster of an abusive, I think he's just a boyfriend, which makes it even worse, you know, because it's just some guy your mom's fucking. So she's never around. The kids don't tell her because they don't want their mom to be sad. So there's this innocence that's been cruelly taken from these two children by this guy, the king, who viciously beats the shit out of this poor little kid. This came out when I was like 10.
92.
Yeah. And I was like, that was my introduction to child abuse. It was just unheard of. I never knew that kids suffered this. And it's obviously it's nauseatingly prevalent today, but it's like as a kid, you don't go into a children's movie expecting your anxiety to be on edge the whole time.
Yeah.
Because everything they do, you're like, please God, don't let him beat this kid for borrowing a drill or a hammer to build this stupid little wagon thing. So the movie is already incredibly tense because you can't kick back and enjoy the nostalgia of what they're trying to do.
No.
Because the ever-present fear of one of them being beaten half to death is always above your head. And it's very disturbing and it's very unenjoyable.
Yeah.
And then you get to the ending, and here's where the real spoilers come in. So just bail if you want to. Because this ending has been debated for decades. There's people from two different camps. And to me, it's fairly obvious what happened.
Yes. I don't know what you're going to say, but I agree with it.
You said you don't know what I'm going to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have my own theory, and I think we're going in the same direction.
I think so, too. Basically, the end of the movie, it comes down to this final showdown. This crazy drunken stepdad chases them to the launch site, which is just this incredibly steep hill that winds up hitting basically a lean-to barn that would serve as a ramp. And if they get up enough speed and he pulls the engine for the propeller, he should be able to take off and fly away. So again, keeping in mind that this entire premise is based on escaping an abusive man, the guy gets there, he grabs the kids, he's ready to beat the shit out of them. The little wagon goes down the hill, and the kid launches into the sky and flies away. And you're like, yay, he made it. How neat. We cut back to Tom Hanks. And I'll never forget this. He's sort of gnawing his thumbnail while he's thinking. And his kids are like, so, you know, Uncle, whatever, he flew away, huh? And he kind of says something along the lines of, do you remember me telling you that the story is told through the memory of the teller? And they go, yeah. And he goes, well, that's how I like to remember it. And I'm like, right then and there, he basically softly admits that this poor kid went down the hill, crashed and died. So you either have to suspend the disbelief enough to believe that this little rickety wagon flew him to safety where he lived his days out as like a 7 or 8 year old on his own, or you have to contend with the very real possibility that this abusive guy won and the kid died in his attempt to escape a terrible home life.
Yeah.
And all of this is packaged like a Disney flick.
Oh, yeah. You read the reviews and it's just like, oh, what an endearing tale. It's remarkable. It's a tale told through the eyes of a child. You guys are all fucking delusional.
That is fucked up.
Yeah.
It should have been advertised like a John Grisham movie
Yeah.
because this is a dark, 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 dark film. And I know a lot of people give me shit. They're like, the movie's sweet and it's touching and all this. I'm like,
No, read
no,
between the lines.
man.
Read between the lines.
I'm like, this is a tragic, sad fucking movie. And
Yeah.
I don't like seeing little kids in peril to that degree. Yeah, you know, Short Round and the Goonies and all this shit, that's fantasy. That's fun adventure shit.
right.
This is the very real story of
Mhm.
millions of kids that deal with this kind of shit. And the movie even has the fucking gall to be like, if you were someone you know, they flash the phone number across
Yeah.
the end credits.
Because they knew.
They knew that this movie was going to fucking hit somebody, but it was like, for Hollywood to put a bow on it, like this is some gift to the kids,
Yeah.
and kind of market it like a new Home Alone kind of deal.
Yeah.
I was disturbed by it then, angered by it now. Like I don't even want to watch the fucking movie again. I don't want to feel that pit in my stomach again. But it was just, I take so much umbrage with the way it was marketed that I can't forgive it. I can't forgive that movie.
Right.
And I'm a huge Richard Donner fan. To me, that's the biggest blemish in his entire filmography.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I think, what was his name?
David Mickey Evans?
Yes. I really feel like he probably caught some bullshit for that. Because if you think about it, The Sandlot, there's loose similarities there.
Extremely.
With Dennis Leary being that stepdad.
Well, this is what's funny. Both movies are allegedly based on his childhood.
Yeah.
They're both semi-autobiographical. He has admitted that he came from an abusive household. So for all intents and purposes, he's the Joseph Mazzello in Radio Flyer. And this movie was like an exorcism for him to purge those memories and those feelings.
That was him saying, I wanted to die.
Yeah. And it's not his fault how the movie's marketed.
No, not at all.
So I don't hold his feet to the fire for that one.
Right.
And the movie I think it was one of those, I know there's a term for it and I'm not thinking of it, but it was one of the most sought after scripts at the time. I want to say there might've been like a writer's strike going on.
Okay.
And it was one of those scripts that was like, when we get our wheels back on the ground, there's going to be a bidding war. And again, I look at it and I go, for that?
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah.
But literally the following year is The Sandlot, which couldn't be more of a tonal shift. But I remember watching it and it has, again, it's poor little kid, not so much single mom, but clearly his dad died. I believe he says. And Dennis Leary's the stepdad. I remember getting a cold chill.
Yeah.
Going into Sandlot going, please not again. Please not again. Because it was another one that was sort of packaged like this fun, whimsical summer baseball movie.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't want to do this again. And there's a couple of shots early on where Dennis Leary's like kind of disinterested, kind of frustrated. And I'm like, I don't want to go there. Then they play catch and he's a little frustrated with him, but he's not mean.
Yeah.
But then he loses the ball. And you're like, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. But luckily, the whole movie is so funny and so sweet and so honest that I feel like it lets you off the hook to where by the time the shit hit the fan and this stepdad's ball, when it goes over the fence, I feel like we were given enough levity to not worry that the consequence was going to wind up with this poor kid getting his ass handed to him.
Exactly.
And the relief that washed over me by the end of the movie that it was just this movie is what it was packaged as. It is a wonderful movie. It is it's borderline Stand By Me, but so much funnier. It's a great summer kids movie that to me is flawless. But when I found out it was by the same guy, who I think he even narrates Sandlot.
Okay.
I know the guy playing adult Smalls is an actor, but the one doing the voice throughout the entire movie is David Mickey Evans. So he is the actual narration of Smalls.
Okay.
But it was just one of those deals where I really thought we were getting Trojan horsed with another Radio Flyer. I was genuinely worried going into Sandlot. I remember just the second they introduced the stepdad, I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. And
Yep.
I was ready to turn it off, frankly. And I'm so glad that that movie wound up being what it was, you know, which is just a beautiful coming of age flick, you know. But yeah, Radio Flyer, I have such a problem with that movie. I really do. And that's one that, to me, I think it deserves the ire.
Yeah.
I think it does. You know, I mean, we talked about these movies that came out and were geared towards kids and kind of fucked us up. But that one fucked me up hard.
Yeah.
Because it was like, this is hopeless. This movie, there's no hope in Radio Flyer whatsoever.
No,
and they dangle the carrot in front of you.
The whole time.
The whole fucking time.
Yep.
And I can't bring myself to watch it again. I think my daughter, I had talked about it years ago.
Yeah.
I think she watched it one day on Max by herself. I didn't know she did. And she came upstairs one day and was just kind of like, yeah, I don't like that movie, Dad. And I was like, you watched it? And she goes, yeah, but never again. I don't want to ever watch that movie again.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah. I was like, at least, I mean, it validated my complaints.
For sure, yeah.
But she was just like, no. She goes, that movie, she goes, it made me cry. It was very upsetting. And I'm like, yeah. When I told her how it was marketed in the previews and all that, she was like, what?
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
It is. And I to this day, I still think it's the worst marketed film of all time. I mean, we could talk about lazy marketing, poor marketing, you know, trailers that missed the mark, trailers that spoil too much. No, this one was a bait and switch. And I can only imagine how many families went to see this movie and came out of the theater just shell shocked by how unforgiving it is.
Yeah,
it's a very adult movie. That should have probably been geared towards adults, frankly.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Know? But yeah, that one's my top as far as kinder trauma goes. Because yeah, I was a very young kid when I saw that, and it just it put a pit in my stomach that never really went away.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because it was like, you know, that's when I learned, wow, you mean there's parents out there that viciously beat their children? You know, it opened me up to a world that I didn't know existed and was like
that's crazy.
Horrified by.
That just wasn't our life.
No, and it was like, that's the one, like I mentioned at the top of the show, where I just remember sitting in the backyard on a swing and just kind of staring off into the distance after that movie. Like,
absolutely. Like,
what the fuck kind of world do I live in?
Yeah, that's why I think he knew he owed everyone. So he gave us Sandlot.
And what an apology.
Yeah, there was still a little bit of darkness to that.
Sandlot?
Yeah.
Just a smidge.
But, there's a nice bow at the end. So,
yes.
Yeah.
No, Sandlot, there's bittersweet moments to it, but I don't think you ever feel anxiety watching Sandlot.
No,
you know?
don't. No.
And it feels so much closer to what you and I grew up doing. That it's like, you can just get lost in that one.
Absolutely.
You know, I think the only other option is like Stand By Me. And that one's, to me, Stand By Me is emotionally draining.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I don't run to, I love Stand By Me, but I'm never like, I'm bored. I wonder, I should pop in Stand By Me.
Really?
I don't do that. To me, it brings me down really hard.
Yeah, shit's heavy, dude.
It is. It's a sad fucking movie. Yeah, that's another topic. Is there any movies that as an adult or even as a kid broke you?
Yeah, that's a great topic for sure. Yeah, look at it. We birthed another one.
Because we're men with feelings.
We are men with feelings. It's okay to cry.
It's okay to cry. Even though the movies that probably made me cry are very questionable. I mentioned a couple of them to like Tina one day when we were at Book Off. Like she saw something or whatever, and I was like, that movie brought tears to my eyes. And she looked at me like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Wow, I remember that.
That one?
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, have you seen it? And she goes, no. And I'm like, well, then shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, I put that on the board, and I also put commentary number 2, Radio Flyer.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I'm just kidding. Oh, fuck. So, hey, I mean, I'm glad you told that story because this came from that.
It did. Oh my God, Brad, you got to calm me down. Oh my God, I'm so mad.
Well, I'm gonna go start the. I'm gonna go start the wagon. I'll meet you up at the hill.
The Hill of No Hope.
Cool. Anything else?
No.
All right. Until next time.
Radio Fire.